Good morning, Axial scale builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. What's going down, everybody? Welcome back. I hope you're having a good start to your morning. I'm having a good start to mine. I got my coffee steaming hot, looking good. Somebody keeps making comments about my coffee, by the way. I keep seeing it everywhere. So anyways, things are looking a little different today because I had some technical difficulties in here, and I'm down the light. So yeah, I figure we're gonna go old school handheld. And anyways, it is probably gonna be a short episode today. It just is. But it's gonna be a good episode. We got some cool rigs to look at. So that being said, you already know. Get your coffee, get everything ready, get your little comment fingers ready, man. Let's jump on over to the battleground. I'll see you there. Alright, you guys, welcome back to the battleground. It's about to go down. We actually have a return builder today. This gentleman has been in here before, actually very recently. This builder goes by the name Ricky Johnson, and let's see, Ricky's out of Santee, California. He's 36 years of age. Been subscribed to ESP for about a year now, and RC in general, he's been building for, well, since he was 13, he said. So, project name, this one we're looking at here, he calls it the Trail Repair SCX10. The detailed part and paint list goes like this: to me, a Toyota hardbody, custom flatbed, RC 4-wheel drive sliders, RC 4-wheel drive 35-turn motor, Energy tranny case, steel tranny gears, MIP drive shafts, custom made 4-link, Proline scalar shocks, Tekin FXR ESC, rock lights, Baja Design rear lights, LED headlights, MXV receiver and transmitter, Castle BEC Mayhem bead blocks, their 1.9-inch wheels, 1.9 TSL tires, STRC C-hubs, and steering knuckles, stock SCX10 axles and housings, CMS and pan hard mounts, Spectrum servo, German gray with rust where dents are. And that is pretty much it for the part and paint. Whoop. Leave it on that picture there. Let's keep going. Now the build classification, obviously a trail truck. On a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it an 8. And as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to San Diego RC Bashers, San Diego Scalers, Team Yonks, sorry, and L Cajun Hobbies. And so yeah, that's it. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Like I said, today is going to be a fairly quick episode, so we're not going to spend a ton of time on these. I have a light I need to fix, so we got to get through this one. First impression. My first impression is this thing looks pretty mean, man. It looks aggressive. Looks like it's probably getting driven hard. That's my guess, just given the look of the body. You can see a lot of damage, you know, a lot of scratches, things like that, which personally I like. I think that gives it that, just, I don't know, that character you can't get from a rattle can. I think it's cool. I like what you did with the headlights. Definitely cool headlights. Wheel tire combo is awesome. I love me some Swampers. You guys already know body pins, I think, are taken away from the look big time. There's also a hole in your hood right there, I noticed. Not sure why, but there's a hole in the hood. Personally, you already know how I feel about that. I'd get rid of the body clips, fill the hole in the hood. I'd actually probably cut the hood to open, and leave it all, you know. I don't know if I'd go as far as like doing a detailed engine bay in this. Maybe, though, that would be pretty cool to see, honestly. There's a lot of, you know, 3D printed like 22RE motors that you can get for these now. And then it looks good, man. I wouldn't expect there to be mirrors on something like this. The damage you got going on with the fender looks fairly good. I like it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I would say, you know, it's not 100%, you know, perfect, but I would say, you know, it's better than 9 out of 10 trucks you're gonna see out there when it comes to that. Simple bumper, I like. Yeah, I like it, man. It looks like a truggy. It looks like it's meant to do work. You're not going to see a whole lot of scale detail on something like that. I don't know about the windshield being all blacked out. That's something I would probably change. I'd probably go for clear windshield. Super easy to make out of, you know, clear Lexan. You can get at the hobby shop, and you just kind of cut it to the shape of the window, just a hair bigger than the window itself, and then just glue it in there. You could even go so far as to, you know, use like that black, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like a silicone, and it gives it that cool look like you would have on a real windshield. But just, you know, throwing that out there. I like how you did on the rust too. The rust looks really good. It's not overdone, you know. You can see the little spots all over. It's not excessive, you know. It looks pretty good actually. I like that. Let's move on to the back here. What do we got for accessories? Looks like we got some real stuff. You got a winch. It's got, looks like some, is that a universal? You know, like some drive shafts. Got a bumper. Got a complete axle back there. Well, not complete, but he's got the full housing. Gas can, lantern. I'm not sure what that is sitting on top of that right there, but got the cooler guy. You know, he's got some stuff going on. The netting is pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Pretty slick. Whoop, there we go. Underneath, looking pretty good, pretty clean. I like what you did with the motor here. This is something I like to do too when I use brush motors, is use a Dean's plug on the motor wires. That way it's quick, easy to change out a motor. You don't have to worry about any soldering or anything like that. You can swap it right on trail if you need to, as long as you have the other motor, you know, your backup motor prepped with the Deans and everything. So I like it. Very, very good. Rock lights underneath there. It's looking pretty good. Nothing real sloppy going on. It looks pretty cleaned up. A couple wires I could see there. Yeah, minor. You know, it would be better if those wires were in like some form of, I don't know, maybe like a heat shrink, or, you know, some wire loom or something. But overall, it looks really good. The battery, I like the battery's all blacked out. It makes it a little bit harder to see. You know, I mean, some inner fenders would definitely help out for sure. Yeah, that's really underneath it. I mean, there's not a lot you could, you know, I would say to do under here. Swapping out the axle housings for some more scale axle housings would definitely help. But I mean, we're nitpicking. I mean, that's a pretty cool looking rig, so I like it. Not too bad, man. Interior here, looks like he's got, you know, like 2/3 of the interior done, and you're just lacking on the floorboard basically. So it'd be cool if this was, if you were to cut this out and go all the way down. That would be cool. But altogether, I think it's, you know, for what it is, I think it's pretty good. And that's, you know, at first glance, this is going to look pretty good. So he's even got the old man tiny dog going on in there. I like the shifters too. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but those are like little ball joints or whatever, you know, that you would use for yeah, I'm totally drawing a blank on the name, but you know what I'm talking about, like rod ends and things like that. Yeah, I think that would be, that's pretty slick. I like that idea. And I don't know, is this like a heat shrink maybe? So heat shrink with the little ball ends and maybe some tubing, it looks like, is how he made that. Just a couple pieces each. Pretty slick. Pretty slick. I like that. Alright, let's keep moving. There's another shot of the back. A little booty shot there. Looks good, man. Look at those swampers are worn out, dude. I love that you drive your trucks. You guys down there in San Diego must get some serious wheel time in. I like that. I like this. Look at those wheels are beat, dude. You know what I would like to see on here would be some scale hubs. in the center and some scale hardware would definitely be cool. That would bring these wheels to life. I like this little truck. I think it's cool. I've been wanting a Toyota Truggy. I know a lot of people have them and stuff, but I personally would just like to have one. I don't have any Toyotas, so it'd be kind of cool to have one of those. Just to add to the collection. I like this one personally because, look, it reminds me of the yellow Jeep. Look at the way the bumper's all bent up and stuff. It's not on there straight. You know, it probably was at one time, but it probably got bent from a good hit somehow, you know, and he probably drives the snot out of this. I bet it still performs really well. I like stuff like this. I like things that actually take a beating and you just keep driving them, and they kind of just develop character over time. There's something to be said about that. I like it. Little screenshot there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You guys, I'm not a Toyota guy, so I can't be the best judge of the Toyotas, but I think it looks good. Now, things I would change, obviously, scale hardware on the wheels, getting the scale hubs on there. I would personally like to see mirrors on this, but I'd like to see them all broken and beat up, or at least like the base of the mirror still on there, so it looks like there was mirrors at one point in time. I'd also like to see a gun rack in the back window. I mean, call me crazy to mention that right now with all the gun debate going on, but you know, I'm from the country, and trucks like this, you'd see a gun rack in the back most of the time. Clear windshield would be great. Remove the body pins, and you know, I don't really know what else I would do. I think this thing's pretty slick, man. There's not a lot I would add to it. It's a cool looking truck, so that's probably about it. You know, other than that, you're killing it, man. This is a cool looking rig. Oh, and maybe some inner fender wells, and make them look all beat up to go with the rest of the truck. And that's really it. I think I'd call it right there. You know, just say that's it. It's a good looking rig. So, is that it? Is that all I got for photos on this one? No, we've got this interior shot here. It's all dusty, dirty. I like that. And there's the man big rig. Now, that for those of you that are familiar, this is his other build back here. This is what I want to say 2 episodes ago he was on here with that one right there. So he's a builder, man. He likes to build these trucks, but not only build them, he wheels them, man. He drives the snot out of these things. You can tell just by looking at them. They see the trails. So Rick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you submitting your builds. I appreciate you participating and just getting involved with everything we're doing here. Always means a lot to me. That being said, you guys know what to do. Jump in the comments section below. Give this man some feedback. Keep it positive. You know, if you don't like his trucks or you don't like what he did or whatever, and you can't find a polite way to let him know, then just don't say nothing at all, because we're not about all that around here. We're about building people up, building up the community, and encouraging everyone to just keep leveling up their game. Everyone builds at a different level, you know, and nobody's the best. There's always room for improvement. So the way I see it is, you know, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to help people out in the community, be a part of that. So jump in the comments. If you guys want to keep up with the scores, see what Rick got, see what everyone else is getting on today's episode or on previous episodes, you want to submit your own builds, you want to, yeah, just get involved, go to the website, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Slide on over to the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there. And that being said, on to our second entry. Alright, you guys, for our second entry today, we got this cool looking build here. This one submitted to us by a gentleman named Webb. Lee is out of Kansas City, Missouri, here in the United States of America. He is 34 years of age. Looks like he's been subscribed to ESP about a month now, so he's new around here. Welcome to the channel, sir. And he said he is sold after the first show. Awesome. He says, just what I have been looking for. That's what I like to hear. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're happy with the content. And now, what year did you start building RCs? Looks like he had RCs off and on since my teens. Been more into tiny trucking since 2012. About 5 years now, he says. So he's been into it long enough to know what he's doing a little bit, and to definitely be enjoying himself. If he wasn't, he would have left already. Now, this project we're looking at right here, he calls it The Blaze, and it's an Axial SCX-10 G6 Falcon Edition RTR at one time, he says. Oh, okay, I get what he's saying. It was an RTR at one time. I see what you're saying. Now, the detail part and paint list goes like this. Not sure where to start. He says, guess bottom to top. Probably going to miss something. That's all right. Let's see what we're working with. Drivetrain, core parts, he says SEX10 trans gears with aluminum case on a 3D printed front motor mount, a 35-turn Ghoul RC motor. He says it's a knockoff of something. Works good though, and it's flat black, so it looks cool. Excuse me. He says Chinese transfer case, 2 metal drive shafts, pretty sloppy these days, need an MIP upgrade, 1 wild bore stock. SSD housing, stock diff gears front and rear, Chinese CVDs up front, Chinese aluminum clearance knuckles and hubs, Chinese aluminum lockouts. They all came together, and he says self-made links wrapped up in aluminum tube all over. I hate links, haha. Still need painted black so they scratch up real nice. He says G-made internal sprung shocks, going to go back to stock for adjustability though, or upgrade to RC four-wheel drive. Or, he says, or upgrade. And he says RC four-wheel drive 1.55 black Steelies, 1.55 rock stompers, and then RC four-wheel drive body kit, the Blazer body kit and light kit, G-made sawback front bumper, wood mirrors, originals with the kit broke, so I whittled out some new ones. This man whittled out mirrors out of some wood. All right. Strong like wood. 5.5-inch LED bar, self-made toe strap, roof rack, original light buckets on that were cut off for the LED bar. Rack remains. Energy rear bumper, should have taken it off for the pics. It's hideous and needs to go. He said that, not me. Just been too lazy to look for a new one. 3D printed front inner wells. Various other 3D printed supports here and there. Made 3D L brackets to attach the body. Interior has never been started, but it's there. It's also hideous, I know. Plan on designing and 3D printing a lot of new parts. Rear seat, door panels, etc. Winter project. Truck has been through a lot at this point in its life, missing most of the metal badges. Scratched up all over. Body's a mess, but I like it. It's supposed to be scale, right? Truck can only roll over so many times. Haha. Okay, I see what you're saying. And just recently replaced 4 lenses that busted off the grill and side marker lights, so I tried to spruce her up a little bit for you. Hey, man, it's all good. At least you tried, and, you know, they're meant to be driven, so I never hate on that. Anything that's meant to be driven and gets driven, I got love for it. So the build classification here, obviously a trail truck. On a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this a 7. And as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says, give a shout out to you, dude. Cool shows. Watched just about half of them at this point. Gives people a lot of ideas getting into the hobby, what can be done, and how cool these can become. So thanks for spreading the scale love. Keep it up. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. He says to Axial, who makes some pretty awesome products, glad they're back at it. Can't wait for the new stuff. Awesome. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this. You guys, what's your first impression here? Honestly, I think this might be the first Blazer we got on the show. Am I forgetting one? I don't know. I feel like this could be the first Blazer we've got on the show. So, pretty stoked on that. I'd like to see more Blazers. More. Where are my bow tie guys at, man? You guys jump in the comments. Let me know. Let me know if you're repping for the bow tie gang, huh? Now, personally, I think it looks good. I like the proportions on it. The wheel and tire combo is nice. The body is beat up, very realistic looking if you ask me. I like it. I like it a lot. The interior, you can't see it from here, but yawn just crept up on me. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this here. I would like to see some form of headliner, but then again, you know, these old Blazers like this, sometimes they don't have headliner. They're kind of basic, bare inside, but would be cool to see something up there, maybe a mirror or something like that. I love the fact that you made a mirror out of wood. I think that is the coolest thing ever. Oh, I see a wire hanging down right here. That'll get you. I like that you've got it covered and it's all black. I almost didn't notice, but it's going across this right here, and that's where I caught you. So definitely, you know, I would want that tucked up and hidden for sure. Other than that, it looks pretty good so far. I'd like to see some brakes in there, you know, and some scale hubs. Of course, I say that for everybody's rigs, but it's the truth, you know. It's little things like that that make a difference. But anyways, let's keep moving. Looking out on the top here, light bar turned out pretty good. What is that right there? I'm not sure what that is. There's a thing right there. I don't know what's going on with that, but I like it. I don't know about the little roof rack. I personally would probably just get rid of the roof rack. I don't think it's the right size. I think, you know. Oh my goodness. These yawns are creeping up on me. I think it's a little too small personally. Again, with the mirrors, they're just amazing. You did a killer job on that. Looking inside here, I would love to see some more work put into this interior. He gave us a warning, though. He gave us a heads up that the interior wasn't going to be all that, but he says it is there. So you do get points for having an interior for sure. And I would just personally, I would like to see some door panels. I would like to see that dash raised up and lifted to the position it should be in. Basically, you know, leveled up with the windshield there. That would get the, you know, steering wheel, everything up where it's supposed to be. There's no detail on it at all, so obviously I'd like to see some detail on it. You could paint it. That'd probably be one of the coolest ways, or you could sticker it up too. You'd still have to paint it, obviously, but you know, it's there. I would just, you know, I'd like to see some more effort put into that for sure. Let's keep him. That guy, did you see that? That guy got mug on. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, there we go. Them lights looking good. I see a big old cable or something in there, it looks like. Not a fan of that. But I do like these lights. I love these bodies. I would like to build one of these myself. It's so Toyota and a Chevy. I mentioned I'd like to build a Toyota and a Chevy. People say I only like Jeeps. I like all kinds of stuff. I like this for sure. There it is again. You know, like I said, you'll get points for having an interior, but you can tell now that you've seen it on camera, I'm sure it definitely takes away from it to not have that detail. It's those little things that really matter, you know. And I like that you painted this all black around here, like there was an actual seal. I would touch that up probably, but I'm very glad that you did that. That definitely helps out. And I agree with you on the bumper. She's got to go. I'm just not a fan of that bad boy. No bumper in this case would be better than having that, I think. Or even just going back to the factory one. But personally, I'd like to see some aftermarket metal work. Would look really cool back there. Let's see a side shot. I like that you got the inner wheel wells going. They look good. You got a Poochie. Sup, Pooch? Pet the Pooch for me. It's a good looking rig, man. There's not a lot I can really say other than, you know, just refinement. Lots of refinement. That's where I would go with this. Looks like the dog might have shed a little bit in there too. But, you know, give it a little refinement. You could definitely hide this. Build like a engine block motor thing over this. You know, bring your inner fender wells up a little bit over this. There's plenty of room. You could definitely make that look cool in there, but I see the Axial transmission back there, and I like what you did with that. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like it, man. You know what? You ever thought about doing like a dig unit off of one like this, you know, because you've got this extra output? Have that come out and do like a dig unit and then attach that to a spool and then to the winch, and then you could have almost like a PTO winch. That would be pretty slick. I wonder if anyone's done something like that. Underneath, looking pretty good, pretty clean for the most part. Wires showing a little more than I would like. You know, I'd definitely like to see those hidden a little better. Little on-off switch there. A lot of people don't have on-off switches anymore. I wonder if that's for the ESC or if that is for the like for one of the light kits or something. Front shot. Sawback bumper goes good with this actually. Not too bad. I like it. It'd be better if it came out a little bit more to actually protect those corners there, but Looks pretty good. And there he is. There he is. This is Lee Webb in the flesh. Thank you, sir, for submitting your build. I do appreciate it. It's really inspiring to see these. I would like to build a Blazer myself, or at least use the Blazer body. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'd like to take 2 or 3 of those Blazer bodies and chop them all up and make a 4-door dually GMC pickup truck. Would be really cool, or Chevy pickup truck, like a 3500 HD or whatever they are, so that way I could use it as a tow rig. And then probably build a Blazer as well. I just think they're cool looking, man. They're really cool looking rigs. That being said, though, Lee, I want to thank you very much for submitting your build. Hopefully I was able to provide you with a little bit of feedback there on what I would do. You know, just a little bit of refinement. You know, it's the scale details that matter. I think the interior on yours is really what I would put a lot of focus on. Getting that, and you know, just cleaning up the little things under the hood and underneath just a little bit. Get rid of that back bumper. Yeah, I think just, you know, get rid of that roof rack on top. I know why you put it up there, though. You put it up there because you've got the light rack up there. But what I would do is I would get rid of that roof rack, and I would get a bigger roof rack, like a proper full-size roof rack that goes on the top of that there. And I think it would really serve just a lot better than what you got going. But other than that, man, you're killing it. Keep it up, please. Thank you very much for submitting your build. You guys know what to do. Jump in the comments, give this man some feedback, let him know what you would do if this was your build. What would you like to see added? What would you like to see taken away? Do you approve? Do you disapprove? I mean, just let him know. Keep it, you know, keep it positive. You know how we do it around here. And yeah, if you want to participate, get your build submitted. Maybe you have a K5 Blazer, or maybe you've got a Chevy dually pickup truck that you built from K5 Blazer bodies that you'd like to show off. You want to submit that, you already know how to do it, but I'll go over it anyways. Go to the official Extreme Scale Performance website, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Slide over to the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there. You can basically keep track of the scores. You can submit your builds, go over the rules and regulations, all that good stuff. It's all right there. And while you're there, check out some videos, some photos, and some other cool social media stuff, all that. And yeah, we're on to our 3rd and final build. Let's do this. Alright, you guys, we are on to our 3rd and final entry of the day. This one's submitted to us by a gentleman named Joshua Hawks. And Joshua's out of Candia, New Hampshire, here in the United States of America. He is 19 years of age. It looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for 2 or 3 years, he says. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Since around the time he got a driver's license is what I'm guessing. Now, started building RCs back in 2015, so he's been building for a few years now. This project we're looking at here, he calls it the Beetle. Pretty straightforward. Now the detail part and paint list goes like this. It says this is a custom SCX-10. The body is a Tamiya Sand Scorcher body, has 10.2 axles with the CMS custom cage links. Front and rear and interior tires are 1.55 Pitbull Growlers with some RC 4-wheel drive wagon wheels, missing some screws but still hold the beat amazingly. Has a metal roof rack with functional light pods. Also has functional head and tail lights. China brand light kit electronics. It has a Savix 1230 servo, I'm guessing, and then Castle BEC waterproofed with shoe goo, or with some shoe goo. Holmes Hobbies Trailmaster BLE Pro ESC waterproof. He says with the Puller Pro Stubby, also waterproof, 2200 kV version. Ran on a Gens Ace 3S 2200 milliamp version. Build classification for this bad boy is a trail truck, and trail truck. And then the scale of 1 to 10, he's gonna rate it a 6. Now, as far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says to my friend Forrest. So shout out to you, Forrest. Now, let's go ahead and let's take a peek at this. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a slight disclaimer. This picture was actually a vertical picture, and I did not have the time to go through and crop it and all that stuff. I don't go through and modify people's pictures. So, I can't really zoom in much more than we are here. I can zoom in a little bit more, I guess. So, all right. It's just like, yeah, all right. I guess I lied. Just disregard. So that being said, you guys, what's your first opinion? What's your first impression of this bad boy? What are you thinking? First word that comes to mind. Put it in the comments right now, down below. Boom. Put it. Shoot. Me personally, I want to say this thing's bad, man. This is bad. I like this a lot. The only thing missing is having the stacks popping out the back, I think. This is really cool build. Very, very unique. I've seen them before, obviously. Other people have done them, but I think it's a great idea, especially for a comp rig. Just awesome. You can get away with small tires. It can go a lot of places. Super realistic. I like what you did with it, with the interior. I like the cage work. It's just great. You killed it, man. This is an awesome, awesome build. You were definitely missing some hardware out of that front tire there. Good Lord. Look at that. You got 2 screws in there and they don't even match. That is hilarious. What do you guys think, though? I mean, I like it, man. I can see the little button down there, which means you're using a GT Power light kit. Same one I use usually. It means you can make your lights flash and all that cool stuff. It's always fun. Let's go ahead and go through this. Dude, this thing's bad. I like this a lot. Super, super aggressive looking. The proportions are great. The 1.55 tires go perfect with this body. This is just cool, man. This is really cool. Another one I wouldn't mind building. It would be to me a bug body type build like this, and I would want to make it like a dude, a lot like this. This thing is really cool. I see that Holmes Hobbies Life back there. It's funny you got the Powered by Venom sticker. Yeah, you said you're using a Gens Ace battery. Sticker life. It's cool, man. I like it. It's looking good. It's looking good a lot. I really like the roof rack and what you got going on there. I think that's just setting it off, honestly. So cool. Am I seeing some disc brakes in there? Is that what I'm seeing? It's hard to tell, but it looks like there's some form of disc brakes or something in there. Rock Jam 1.55 open, 1 class. Alright. It's a good looking rig, man. Proper accessories on top. Got the toolbox, rotor packs, you know. Got the can. Some sleeping gear. Recovery gear. It's looking good. A high lift jack would be a nice addition for a scale accessory on this. Got that winch pulled down a little tight there, killing your tire there, but still, such a cool looking build, man. I love that you even took the time to put the license plate up on top there. You know, because there's nowhere to put it down on the bottom really, and so instead of just not doing it, you still put it up on top. You could put it on the license plate, or I mean on the spare tire too, I guess, but this is just, I like this even better. So nice work on that. Very nice touch. It says USC Strong, 4 Boys RC Crawler, Axial Day, Crawler Concepts, Phantom Brood, VT. Alright. Good stuff underneath. Looking good, man. Nice and clean. The skids look proper. The links are serious, man. Those are some serious links there. Oh, dude, I love this thing. This reminds me of like back in the day, except for with new school, you know, components and stuff, like all these homemade links and everything. Oh, you're missing a sleeve though on one link. I wonder why that is. Is that because it was rubbing on the drive shaft? I'm gonna guess that's why. I guess it's gotta be why. Dude, this thing is bad, man. I really like this a lot. Front axle life up here, looking good. Got the weight up where he needs it, it looks like. Interior, man, not the best, you know, on the interior, but still it's there, and he put some time in the detail. Colors on the steering wheels, dash, it's got gauges, things like that. Guy's got seat belts on, so you know, he's gonna get some points for it for sure. He's even got some weaponry. He's got a crossbow in there. Madness, I tell you. It looks like a Wraith interior. I could be wrong, but it definitely looks like a Wraith interior, at least parts of it. I like it, man. New England RC Crawlers, number 12. There he is. That is Joshua Hawks. And Josh, You killed it, bro. You killed it. You definitely did good today, sir. I appreciate your work. Your build is very nice. I would definitely drive the snot out of that myself. I would love to own something like that. All good entries today. All good entries today. You guys jump in the comments. Let Josh know. I'm assuming you're cool with Josh. My name's Joshua too, and I go by Josh. So I'm assuming you're okay with Josh. But if not, let me know. But you guys jump in the comments. Let Josh know what you think about his Beetle. What would you change? What would you like to see done differently? What kind of improvements do you think it could benefit from? Personally, I think it's really, really cool. I would like to see a slightly more detailed interior, some styrene type stuff going on in there would be really cool. But, you know, that's nitpicking. Maybe a snorkel added to it would be kind of cool, just to be different, you know, and have it piped from the rear where the motor would actually be. Just little things like that. I don't know. There's not a lot you could do to this thing because it's already so cool. So, that being said, yeah. I want to thank all our contestants for entering today. You guys, hopefully this wasn't too short. It might actually be long. I don't know. I feel like I talked a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here and enjoy my weekend. That being said, if you want to see these episodes up to a week early, about 6 days early, you can go ahead and sign up over on Patreon. Link is in the description below. If you want to submit your builds, all that good stuff, link for that is also in the description below. I'm going to get up out of here. You guys enjoy your day. I'll see you out on the trails. You already know what it is. Piece of chin grease, fam. Yeah.